Okay. So I knew Playtime would be funny. I knew it'd be really funny. But I had no idea that this would be such a beautiful film. Jacques Tati's, I guess, magnum opus? I don't know. This is my very first Tati film, and I'm absolutely just so impressed by it. I was laughing hysterically, and I was also just in awe of this composition. The most fascinating thing is that it's a choreography of alienation, really. It's the comedy of alienation. And not only are the characters alienated from each other because of the absurd structures that society has built that just seems to separate us and just alienate us from everyone. Jacques Tati kind of alienates the viewer while watching it too. There are seldom close-ups in here, and I think that's mostly because it was filmed in 70 millimeter, and you get this wide shot and very long shots too. But there's just so much choreography going on, so many jokes, like 1,000 fucking jokes, and I'm sure I missed so many of them, and I can't wait to rewatch it. But we never really get close-ups, not very often. Which is a very alienating thing for a film to do. Close ups is often how you amplify a singular emotion and make it empathetic or kind of transpose it onto the audience in a way. There are also entire sequences that we are watching like characters behind glass and we can't hear them. And these sequences last like 10, 12 minutes. And we don't know what's going on exactly. It's a comedy of alienation, a choreography of the alienated. And I am so impressed by this film. It's easily one of the greatest comedy films ever. I swear to God, I don't know. There's so many funny fucking parts of this movie. I think my favorite gag is, I mean, it's a classic one. I love it so much. Um, when they're at the nightclub, the restaurant on like opening night, and Hulo, who is played by Jacques Tati, is one of his characters, breaks this glass door, and the doorman like continues to hold the handle, like this big golden knob continues to hold the handle and like mime opening a door for people, and people just obey. It's wild. This choreography of comedic alienation is just incredible to me. it's it has blown my mind. I'm so impressed by this film. The composition is absolutely outrageous. This is my very first Jacques Tati film, as I've stated earlier, and people would compare Jacques Tati to almost untouchables. People like Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, Charlie Chaplin. They would compare him to those. And now I see why. He's absolutely deserving. After me only seeing one film, he's absolutely deserving of that kind of cinematic comedic throne. He deserves to be in that hall of legends right there. It's one of the most genius comedy films ever made, if not the most genius one. It has really floored me because it has such a well-meaning but absurd philosophy to it. Because there's a lot of cool things, right? Hulo, uh, Tati is from like an old world, an old version of Paris, but not just Paris, an old version of the world. Now we're in an ultra modern world. Forget postmodern, we're in an ultra modern world now, where actual Paris or actual existence has been shrunk down to maybe like a kiosk of flowers in a cul-de-sac, or reflections of the Eiffel Tower in a glass door, and, as seen reflected. But human interaction can still be there due to the complete failure of human contrivances, due to the complete failure of these structures. Like the restaurant falls apart in every conceivable way, and the patrons there, Hulo and Barbara, who are, I mean, if we have main characters, those are them included, kind of form together their own misfit party and sing and dance and fuck shit up accidentally throughout the night and become friends, or as close as two complete strangers could become in an ultra modern world. I guess if we're in the ultra modern world, it's playtime. We have so many wild structures to play with. Because if we're clumsy fools now, imagine how we'll be when everyone can see you through glass. Imagine how we'll be when we have these mega structures, these mega monoliths to play slapstick in. Imagine that. It's a phenomenal film. Like it's really moved me. It's a ludicrous ultra modern world, and Hulo and the audience, we can all see it. But Tati is not without his humanity. There's alienation in this film. It's a choreography of alienation. But life isn't a tragedy. Life is a farce. I think life is well-meaning, and life aims to be taken seriously. But a good joke is always going to be a good joke. A good running gag is always going to be funny. Jacques Tati has completely blown my mind with this film. Yeah, no one warned me that this film would be gorgeous, beautifully composed. Jacques Tati, I can't wait to really dive into his career, his life story. Sounds so fascinating too. Like he was I don't know, from the music hall, and started off as a mime, like a mime performer. That's really fucking cool. I can't wait. This film is absolute genius. And I know it kind of ruined Tati. I know it like led him to bankruptcy. But with art like this, with art like Playtime, you've won my heart forever. I'm sold. God, I can't wait to show this movie to like all of my friends. It's so good. I can't wait. Playtime is phenomenal film. I'm your cult boyfriend. And I think I just fell in love with Tati. I'm in love with Playtime. All right. See you guys.